Dude, January and February are just stacked with some incredible books. Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Elise. If you're not new, welcome back. It's great to see you again. Today I really want to talk to you about my most anticipated book releases coming out soon. There are so many good ones. Some of them I've already pre-ordered. I'd love to know what your most anticipated book release is, or a few of them. I know when it comes to me, I have a really hard time just choosing one. I'm gonna go in order of release date. However, some of these are probably going to change. I know I created an anticipated releases last year, and some of those books still have not come out. Their dates got pushed back, unfortunately. It's bound to happen. It's just part of the publishing industry. By the time this gets edited and uploaded, some of these books may already have been released, but that's okay. More books to look forward to, right? First, we have Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake. This is supposed to come out on October 1st, so it's probably already out. I have not even started any of Ashley Herring Blake's books. All I know is that I really want to read her books. I've heard great things about her books, and a lot of people that I trust and have similar reading tastes with love her books. So I'm excited. I also love a good Christmas themed book. Probably be adding this to my winter TBR. Then we have The Wedding Witch by Erin Sterling. This is the third book in the Kiss Curse series. I have been anxiously awaiting this. She took a hiatus for a while, so it's been 2 years since she released a book. I'm ready for it. Another spooky slash Christmas themed book that I will be adding to my winter TBR. The next one I'm also so excited for, which is Bull Moon Rising by Ruby Dixon. This should be coming out on October 15th. Look at this cover and the sprayed edges. I actually ordered the special edition from Story on the Square. She always uses them for her pre-orders, and they always have goodies. So usually comes with like a bookmark, a signed book plate, and things like that. So I pre-ordered it, and it should be in the mail soon. Oh, I'm so excited. This is actually going to be a new series that she's starting. It just sounds like a lot of fun. Ruby's books are always so much fun. Then we have Apples Dipped in Gold by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the second book in the fairy tale retelling series. This one actually already released an ebook, but Scarlett is very transparent with her readers and talks about how difficult it is and how expensive it is to print novellas or books that are shorter than a certain length. She says it's really difficult, and so if she sells a certain amount or gets a certain amount of pre-orders, then they're able to fulfill it. And that's why the paperback that I ordered, that's coming out on October 29th, released later than the ebook. But I prefer the paperback for this specific circumstance. I really enjoy Scarlett St. Clair's writing. I want to collect it for my bookshelf, so I'm looking forward to that one finally coming out in paperback. Then we have Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage, which is coming out on November 5th. Have I read Done and Dusted yet? No. Do I own it? Yeah. Do I own the second book? Yeah. But I'm going to, and I just know that I'm going to love that series. So I'm excited for it to come out. I do have this one pre-ordered. So maybe I'll just binge all three of them. It's gonna be a great time. Then I found it interesting upon my research that the Co-op by Tara DeWitt is being traditionally published. She did self-publish this a while ago. I had it on my Kindle Unlimited like a long time ago before I got rid of Kindle Unlimited, and I just never got around to reading it, and now you can't get it anymore because they're traditionally publishing it on November 11th. I really like the way the new cover looks. I think it'll be really fun to support an indie author turned traditionally published author. I think that's so cool that they've gotten to that point. Then on December 3rd, the book Under Loch and Key by Lana Ferguson is coming out. I cannot wait to read this. I saw that this was coming out, I mean, months and months ago, and immediately put it on my TBR. I did pre-order this. I read The Fake Maid earlier this year, and while it wasn't the most incredible piece of literature, I had so much fun reading it. It was very spicy, and honestly, there was one word that really gave me the ick. And honestly, if it hadn't been in there, or if it had been in there less, I would have given this like a 4 or a 4.5 star. But because I'd gotten the ick, I just couldn't. So I'm hoping that maybe she's addressed that in this book, because it's a freaking Loch Ness Monster romance book. He's a Loch Ness Monster shifter. You know what? Like, why not? Why not? Life's too short not to read weird shit. Then Heavenly Tyrant by Jiren J. Zhao is finally coming out. This was supposed to come out, I believe, in April in 2024, and then it got pushed back to December 24th of 2024. Very excited to read this. Very excited to get back into this world. I really enjoyed Jiren's writing. I really enjoyed just the concept and the way that they worked in Chinese history into their story. And I just think that's so cool. The writing was so clever. I'm really interested to see what they do with this series. I'm fingers crossed, because that was one of my favorite reads of, I think, 2022. Moving on to 2025. Then we have Beg, Borrow, and Steal by Sarah Adams. This is the third book in the When in Rome series. I'm so excited to go back to Rome, Kentucky, to revisit all of those characters. I really enjoy that series. I really enjoy Sarah's writing, and I just can't wait. And I do have that one pre-ordered. I did a huge pre-order with Barnes & Noble when they had the 25% off sale, as well as some sort of triple or double stamps situation going on. So I went a little cray-cray. Then we have a Once Smitten, Twice Shy by Chloe Lassay coming out on January 14th. This is the third and I believe final book of the Wilmot Sisters series. I am very excited. I really enjoy Chloe's writing. It's just really witty and fun and diverse characters. So I'm excited for this next installment. I do have that one pre-ordered as well. Then we have Onyx Storm coming out on January 21st. This is the third book in the Empyrean series, and they have a really gorgeous special edition coming out that I pre-ordered. I'm really excited about this series because my boyfriend recently got into it, and he has a hard time getting through books. It's not that he dislikes them, it's just like not all of them catch his attention enough, not all of them can he really focus on, but he ripped through Fourth Wing in like 3 days. And that made me so happy. So he's excited about it, so I'm like excited again about it. So I also have that one pre-ordered, so. Dude, January, I'm gonna have no free time. I'm just literally just gonna be reading all of these amazing books because Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young is coming out on January 28th. And this is a companion novel to Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. So some of those characters I think make cameos, and then the friends of those main characters of Out on a Limb are actually the main characters of Out of the Woods. And I loved them in that book. They were so fun. They added so much depth to the story. Because, you know, sometimes side characters feel just like that. They feel two-dimensional, but not these ones. So I'm so excited to read their story and see what they get up to. I hear it's a second chance romance, which I know some people have issues with, but I personally enjoy a good second chance romance. When it's done well, it hits. I have high expectations for this one. I also have that one pre-ordered. Then we have The Deep End coming out on February 4th by Ali Hazelwood. This one, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I'm gonna reach for it immediately. This one has to do with swimmers. Ali Hazelwood just like saying, hold my beer because I'm just gonna go do something else. You think I'm here about STEM? No, I'm here about swimming now. I'm here about vampires and werewolves. So I'm excited to see what she gets up to eventually. Earlier this year, actually in my September reading wrap up, I talk about it, but I read Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett, and I absolutely loved it. I cannot wait to read the second book, and therefore I need the third book. The third Emily Wilde book, I don't even remember what it's called. Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. I will be buying this as well. This one comes out on February 11th. I don't even need to know what it's about to know that I'm gonna read it. Then another highly anticipated book. I got abducted by aliens and now I'm trapped in a rom-com by Kimberly Lemming. Kimberly Lemming does not disappoint with the really fun titles, and I think I squealed when I saw this cover and this title. How delightfully wild and fun is this? I am so excited, and I follow her on TikTok, and I've been watching her kind of like low-key marketing the book and telling readers more about it, and I'm just so ready because it's been like 2 years since she's released a new novel. No, she did release one last year, that's right. Anyway, it's been too long since I've read a Kimberly Lemming novel, and I'm here for it. This one comes out February 18th, and I do have it pre-ordered already. Then on March 18th, Suzanne Collins is coming out of the woods, and she said, psych, here is another book in the Hunger Games series. It's called Sunrise on the Reaping. All it says about this book is that it's 24 years before the events of the Hunger Games. So it's 24 years before the first Hunger Games book, and it happens on the reaping of the 50th Hunger Games, so the second quarter quell. Everyone thinks it's Haymitch's story. If it is, I'm gonna eat it up. I have always been fascinated by his backstory, and so if it's his story, I'm gonna be so excited. And it's probably gonna destroy me, but I'm gonna read it anyway. Then we have a book that I have not been waiting patiently for. This one I had in that last video I talked about, but it got pushed back as well. And that is A Witch's Guide to Magical Inkeeping by Sango Mandana. This is the same author as A Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, which I absolutely loved. I am so excited for A Witch's Guide to Magical Inkeeping, which is supposed to come out now on April 29th, 2025. Fingers crossed. I also have this pre-ordered. I just loved Sango's writing and the whimsical, cozy nature of it. I loved the characters in the story, and I just need more of that in my life, and I am not very patient for that book. I really want that book. Like, if it gets pushed back again, I think I might cry. You guys, I was just doing my little scrolly scroll on Amazon, as one does, and this book just popped up out of nowhere. Actually, no, the algorithm knows me. But this book popped up. Now let me give you some context. I read The Spell Shop earlier this year, and I'm calling it now. I called it then, I'm calling it now. I think it's gonna be my #1 book of the year. The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst was absolutely magical, astonishingly delightful. I had the best time reading it. And apparently on July 15th, The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst is supposed to be published, which, if you look at the same style and you look at the cat with the wings, the flying cat, I believe it is in the same universe, the same world, maybe even the same island and characters as The Spell Shop. I need it like yesterday. That one's coming out in a while. We still have a while for that one. So hopefully I'll forget about it for a little bit, and that way it seems like it'll go faster. Girl logic. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to get nerdy, and super excited about all of these books that are coming out in the near future. I really am so excited. I think that this next 6 months to 8 months of publishing is really going to be a powerhouse. We have so many great books coming out. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope that you found something that you can add to your TBR that you can look forward to as well. If you made it this far, you might as well subscribe and join the fam. Please consider giving it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Happy reading, everyone.